Hey guys, it's Marcy. This is my blog for our Module 3 this week. For the questionnaire that we had to take this week, I scored highest in the interpersonal skills. I think I have an open personality and I have great people skills to help me relate to others. Interpersonal skills are life skills that we use every day when we communicate and interact with other people, whether individually or in groups. Interpersonal skills that would be used by a manager would be communication skills, including verbal, how we say things, nonverbal, our body language, listening skills that we would interpret those verbal and nonverbal messages sent by others, teamwork strategies to work well with others, whether it's a group or in a team, negotiation, persuasion, influencing skills when working with others to find a mutual agreeable outcome, conflict resolution and mediation, skills that resolve interpersonal conflict and disagreements in a positive way, problem solving and decision making that are used to identify and solve problems, which include making decisions about the best course of action. I am a staff nurse on my unit. Skills I would use for being a manager if I was manager on my unit to run it successfully and effectively would be to assess and accomplish goals based on the organization, maintain the quality of patient care within the financial limitations, encouraging and motivating my staff, increasing the ability of the subordinates and peers that are willing for change to occur if that is needed, developing team spirit and increasing morale, further developing of my staff as well. With this, and then using teamwork to coordinate those a systematic approach on how the floor is ran, I think that it will allow the employees to work in an environment that they feel comfortable in as a nurse. The research I'm completing for my hospital with their model of care is surrounded by patient satisfaction. The hospital-wide effort to develop and sustain a culture that emphasizes the patient satisfaction. They have initiatives that reflect on the needs and circumstances of the particular unit, including commitment to improving customer service and then work culture with leadership training. They use a balanced scorecard, which is a tool that is used in management to provide the patient satisfaction. It's assessed by the management, and then like with our evaluations annually and our performance for improvement plans. They use a Six Sigma method that addresses underperformance and recognition of the staff, and then they give the recognition to that staff and unit that's demonstrating the overall outstanding customer service. The hospital uses strategies appropriate for the entire hospital and then as well as our specific units, educating staff on assessing data and then recognizing issues that must be addressed and then training the staff effectively in cultural competency. I feel like my hospital is vertically and horizontally structured. We rely on our manager to control how the floor is ran and operate according to our policies and procedures. But she would be the one to communicate with our executives. And then whenever we do staff meetings or emails, she will let us know if there's any changes or any kind of procedures that need to occur on our floor. The article that I chose and read this week is titled Teamworking Palliative Care as a Model of Interdisciplinary Practice. It's by Gregory Crawford and Sharon Price. It discusses how palliative care is drawn heavily on broad spectrum of disciplines, knowledge, skills, experience, and creative thought, including teamwork is an integrated part of the philosophy of palliative care. Cross-functional and interdisciplinary teams offer the benefits to their patients, the practitioners, and specialists in that area. Share responsibilities, more than the sum of competencies of team members can be offered. And then in palliative care, the final decision maker is the patient. Palliative care teams include nurses, doctors, social workers, volunteers, chaplains, the allied health practitioners, and a multitude of other therapists. Medical science has come to new understanding about the interplay of physical, functional, emotional, social, and spiritual aspects of well-being, and has lately been more supported by the development of the multidisciplinary approaches. I believe that having interdisciplinary teams provides more of a unique forum for creative problem solving, especially if every member's contributions are solicited and respected. The different type of frameworks and new ways of seeing things can be the key to resolving not only clinical but also ethical dilemmas. The departments that I would have to work with to be an effective manager would include the executives of the hospital, the unit staff, including my charge nurses, my staff nurses, unit coordinators, the clerical staff, nursing assistants, so I can coordinate the flow on our unit, social work, PT, OT, respiratory, for patient care, and then I work at a learning hospital, so the residents underneath the doctors, for patient care as well. And then I also have to communicate with managers on the other pediatric units that I work on, HR, and then our business office to facilitate staffing, and then prioritizing goals, and then the unit efficiency and how it's ran. And I think that concludes my module 3. Thanks, guys.